Hello everyone and welcome back to Keep It Real with Nick and the Distributed channel. Here we have a former Maple Leaf, Pat Burtett, and so let's kick it off. What inspired you to play hockey, Pat?
Well, growing up in Canada, it's probably the number one winter sport, and especially it's when with the weather accommodating all the
Yeah,
sport that we play. You spend so much time outside, and then I guess when you get to a certain age, you get on the skates, and then uh, things just transpire from there, and away you go.
yep. Wait, that way to go is the best way to get at it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hockey it's a family sport. It's probably the number one sport in Canada, and I think it's everyone always thinks that you try to have a dream that maybe someday you'll play in the NHL, but I don't think
Yeah.
a lot of those dreams come true. But it's still a lot of the people that didn't become professional or whatever play hockey, they still really follow the sport.
I know hockey players have certain positions on the ice. Can you tell us how that gets decided when in your career if that decision is made?
Well, usually it always starts off whether you're left-handed or right-handed. So if you got a left-handed stick or right hand, and it always depends on usually whatever was stick was laying around the house. So like when I grew up, it wasn't a matter of you went out and said you want to be a right-handed shot or a left-handed shot. It was whatever a hockey stick that was available at the time. But as you can see in a lot of the things that are going on with the Leafs today, they're talking about left-hand defensemen versus right-hand defensemen. But I think back when I played, I started off playing center most of my younger age, but then I ended up playing left wing and right wing probably out of the almost 800 games that I played, probably I played half right and half left. But I was a left-handed shot.
Each player has a number on their jersey. Do you have a number mean anything specific to you?
Well, I wore mostly 15, like basically through my whole career. So, but I got traded to Hartford for a year and a half, and I wore 28 for that period of time. But um, not really. I mean, everybody always wanted to wear like number 9 or Gordie Howe or Bobby Hull, or so you're always kind of like uh, thinking about the people you admired most when you're growing up, and you always wanted to wear their number. But meanwhile, there was probably about another 100 people always wanting to wear the same number, right? So, but there's only one number on each team, so you can only get whatever one you can get, and you stick with it.
What is your happiest memory from your player days with the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Probably the big thing was just to even get an opportunity to sign with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I signed my first contract out of the University of Minnesota. So back in those days, going in a college route wasn't necessarily the way that people thought you should go, but I had the opportunity to go to university, and I signed with Toronto in 1973, I think it was, and I went on to play approximately 12 more years after that. So it was a good career.
It is. I bet it is a good career for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And was it a good career?
Well, it was basically like no one's like you're always just to even to play your first game in the NHL is a success story. But to play like I say 800 games and I with the likes of Gordie Howe and playing with Bobby Hull and Davey Keon and some of these guys that basically you grew up admiring, like when I was 7 or 8 years old, these guys were just coming into their prime, right? So um, yeah, um, it's all about you have these dreams, and if your dreams come true, you find that you're a pretty lucky guy.
That's true. That is really, really true. As a Maple Leaf, what words of wisdom would you give to those who want to pursue a career in hockey?
Well, I think everybody, like the first thing you have to have a desire, and it's not necessarily if you come from a hockey family, or if your name is Howe or a Hull or whatever, it's still, you have to go out there and prove yourself. And um, it's not an easy game, but I think the guys who are persistent at what they want to do and a, a long-term goal in mind, and it's what you have to do to get there, but you got to work hard.
Yeah, it's all about working hard.
Yeah, very hard.
Working hard to get what we need to get.
Exactly. And however you have to work, the harder you got to work, that's the way it is.
Yeah, there's an old saying in my family: no, no working, no turkey.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that runs in my family. Well, thank you, Pat.
So you must have a lot of turkey then.
Yes,
That's good.
we do. I just wanted to say thank you for being part of the Distribution channel and keeping it real with Nick. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
And you're very welcome. And thank you guys for watching. Keep giving feedback and post your comments and keep supporting the Distribution channel and keep it real with Nick. And thanks for watching.